What's up everybody? My name's Dan. Welcome to Ahnestly. Today we're looking at the Steelcase Series 2. And by the way, Steelcase gave me an exclusive 10% off code to share with all of my viewers. To use it, you must use my link and my code, which I'll leave down in the description below. You can get 10% off any chair, not just this one here, but keep in mind it only lasts for a few more days. It expires on August 12th. Let's get honest. The Steelcase Series 2 is the second cheapest Steelcase chair. Well, that's a lot of S words, but at around $700, it is far from cheap. And in my humble opinion, I think it is too expensive for what it offers. My favorite Steelcase chair of all time is the Steelcase EMEA. I think the price to performance ratio is just mwah, and you can find my full review and breakdown of it over here. In terms of sizing, I think the Steelcase Series 2 is perfect for people who are around 5'3" up to about 5'11". I'm 5'6", about 172, 173 pounds, and as you can see, my feet touch the ground very comfortably. I've got plenty of room behind my knees. The general principle being 2 fingers behind your knee. That's how much space you should have. So if you're shorter than me, you can imagine that you'd have plenty of room to work with. And if your feet don't quite touch the ground, you can get a footrest to prop your legs up on. I've got a full video on footrest if you guys want to check that out. And the reason why I say it's good for people up to 5'11" is because the seat pan does come out. So it's got plenty of seat support for people with longer legs who are taller. But the reason why I say it's only up to about 5'11" is because the backrest isn't all that tall. As you guys can see, as I'm sitting here, it hits about the bottom of my shoulder blades. So for those who have much taller, longer torsos and you want a little bit more back support, this might not be the best chair for you. Now, in terms of weight capacity, Steelcase claims that this chair can support 400 pounds. And I don't think that's true. While the frame can probably hold 400 pounds, this seat cushion is not the best cushion. As a matter of fact, when I push down into it with my fist, and I'll talk about this more later, I can feel the bottom. So this does bottom out. I'm gonna say probably maybe 175 pounds up to 200 pounds maximum. Otherwise, you might not be happy with the way how you feel this plastic part on your butt. I am so close to hitting that 50,000 subscriber goal by the end of 2022. So if you like this video, please like and leave a comment for the algorithm. Get subscribed, hit that notification bell. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. The legs on the Series 2 are made out of a high quality plastic and they're totally rounded, which means if you're someone who likes to rest your feet on the legs, it's not a great experience because your feet will fall off pretty easily. The casters on this chair come in 2 options, either a hardwood floor caster or a carpet caster. To get a hardwood floor caster, you do have to pay a premium of $20. Under the chair, you get nothing on your left side because all the controls are found on your right. So the first thing you get is you can go up and down by pulling on this paddle here. The second is right under the seat pan. You can pull this little thing here so you can slide your seat pan front, forward, in and out. And then you've got this knob here, which kind of controls your tilt tension. I say kind of because Steelcase does something unique with the Series 2. So when it's fully locked, your backrest is totally locked. Then if you turn it back one time, it's not like other chairs. Other chairs, if you turn it back once, you get a little bit of lean back, and if you turn it back twice, you get more lean back. The Steelcase Series 2 doesn't do it that way. When you unlock it one time, you can go back all the way if you want to. But what it does is it creates like an auto tension adjustment system, so that it's basically saying that, hey, it's gonna sense how much weight you put on the chair and it'll auto tilt to that kind of position. So it feels like you're floating. But in my humble opinion, it doesn't work well on this chair. It is too loose. So what I mean by that is, like, if I pull back, this is kind of how much pressure I wanna take off of my legs, but this is much further back than I wanna be, because if I'm working, I'm gonna have to extend my head forward. I find myself turtlenecking often like this. In addition to that, it's kind of a self-building problem, because once you go back a little bit, well, then the chair feels more weight on it. And so as I'm sitting here, I can feel the chair kind of slowly tilting back little by little, and it makes it really difficult to focus on work because I can feel all these micro movements. I really don't like it. I would much rather prefer if I had my own tension knob adjustment to adjust the tension to my preference. Now, if you go back all the way, again, same thing, you can tilt back all the way. It's just a much looser tension adjustment. So then if you put some weight on the chair, you can see I go back much further than I did before. And again, I don't like it. I'd much prefer to have my own tension adjustment. Now, one thing to note about all Steelcase chairs, not just the Series 2, is that the total amount of lean back in a Steelcase chair is significantly less than on other branded chairs. So as you can see, I don't go back very far at all. So that's something you want to consider when you buy a Steelcase chair. The seat cushion in this chair is firm. I'm gonna call it like a medium firmness. And as I mentioned before, if you push down on the back where your butt sits, you can feel the bottom of the chair. Now, because the seat pan is fairly big and because you can extend it out, it is a good option for ergonomic rebels. So if you're someone who likes to tuck one leg under the other, or you like to tuck both legs in, I can't do that because I jacked up my knee, or you're someone who likes to curl up in your chair, it can be a good option for that. Now, with any cushion chair, be mindful that because it's a cushion, if you just kind of explode all your booty juices and all your shame onto it over time, over a long period of time, it's possible that it can absorb some of that. And if you decide to get a lighter colored fabric, the dyes from your pants can rub off onto it, as well as if you're clumsy while eating or you spill something. So just keep that in mind when you pick your fabric choice. The arms on my chair are the most basic arms, but I didn't mean to order this one. I meant to get the fully upgraded arms, but this is a warning to you all because the Steelcase Series website can be a little glitchy. So every time you change the fabric, the other options will kind of reboot to its default settings. And the default setting is the most basic arm. So I'm gonna ask you to double, triple check your settings before you check out on the Steelcase website. All right, now, if you are to get the fully upgraded arms, they are the exact same as the ones found on the Ahnest, where they can slide in and out and they go forward and back, and it's got a good range of motion. Something to keep in mind that somebody mentioned was that if you have the arms extended up at all, there can be a good amount of play in the arms, and it's something that people have been very, very unhappy about. The padding on the arm, I would say is pretty good. It's firm, but it's got a good amount of give, and it's got a good size and a nice roundedness so that you can rest your arms pretty comfortably on it. The backrest on this chair has a really interesting feature where if you sit back in the chair, you can almost feel the backrest like scoop your lower back, and it's nice because it kind of encourages proper posture, and that is my favorite part about this backrest. The rest of it, not so great. In the default, in the most basic configuration, you get this hard plastic back, and it is very hard, it is very stiff. So I opted to get the 3D knit version, which offers a layer of cushion, fabric cushion, between you and the backrest. It's perforated, so it's breathable, but it feels great until you sit in it and you extend your arms back, because this material, the edges of it, is extremely scratchy. Like that hurts. So something to keep in mind. And then if you want to get the additional lumbar support, you can only get it if you get the 3D knit version, because it is literally a hard piece of plastic that's been rounded. So if you got the hard back, you can't have another hard back on your back. So instead, by putting that optional lumbar on here, you can raise this up and down. And because it's been rounded, you can't really feel any plastic digging into your back. So it does offer a little bit extra support. That's it for this one. Use my link and code down below for 10% off any Steelcase chair, only until August 12th. Check out some of my other chair reviews. Until next time, stay honest.